Good evening, everybody. It is day 5 of the What If project, and I'm actually really frustrated today. You may notice that this backdrop behind me, everything kind of looks really ugly. You got a nice wrinkled sheet that's actually a shower curtain, and let me explain why I've got a shower curtain behind me. Um, if you've been following Your Best Manager for a while, or if you've been in the Uncover Your Leadership Potential Facebook group for a while, you'll know that I've been working hard on putting together a course all about hiring. And I spent over 8 years in the recruiting and consulting industry, the staffing industry. And I thought, hey, it makes sense for me to teach managers something I'm an expert in, which is hiring. And it was supposed to be done weeks ago. And one of the things that held it up was I was waiting on a piece of video equipment to come. It got stuck because the manufacturer didn't have it, and then eventually it got mailed out. And eventually I got it late. And then I spent a couple of days in like hardcore video recording mode. And I'd actually transformed my wife and my wife and I's me and my wife's our bedroom into a video studio, so to speak. So I had the camera and everything set up. I had lights set up against a white wall. It looked really cool. And if you've seen the promo video, that's kind of what it looked like. And everything was good. And I've already done some editing. I was doing more editing today, hoping to get everything uploaded and approved so that this course could actually go live, and it's going to be on udemy.com. And I got annoyed watching it. And part of this may be that I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but the autofocus, so I use my wife's photo camera, which is built for taking photos. It does have very good video quality as well, but one thing it does not have is good autofocus. And so the concept is that it'll focus on your face no matter where you move. So I move like that, it can focus. The problem is it's not very good. And the other problem is I wasn't really wise. We've got a big window in our bedroom, which made some really nice natural light come in, but it was a cloudy day that turned into sunny. And so the light was fluctuating back and forth, which is okay, because unless you're looking at clips split apart, you wouldn't even notice. But the autofocus, every time the light changed, tried to adjust. And so I go blurry and then not blurry and then blurry and then not blurry. And it's so annoying to a point where I decided to scrap. It's probably like an hour and a half, at least an hour worth of video content. And I'm scrapping all of it and I'm re-recording it. I'm picking a new location. This is part of the setup. So I'm frustrated because I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off this afternoon because I was like, what am I going to do to make a good quality backdrop? And so I actually picked up a shower curtain here, and I've got a little light behind me. And so I'm going to steam out all of this so it'll look good. I'm going to get some nice lights to have up there so I look good. So this will actually look pretty good, except for now, it's a shower curtain, and maybe that's a little bit embarrassing. But anyway, I'm coming on today a little bit frustrated because I didn't get everything I wanted to get done today, and I've got to re-record everything. And if you are waiting on that course, I apologize because I've been, before it launches, I guess this is good news. If you're hearing about this for the first time, I'm giving the course away for free before it launches. So if you want a course to teach you how to make great hiring decisions step by step, just go over to yourbestmanager.com/hiring, I believe. Put your name and email address in there, and once it's live, I will send it to you a code so you can access it on udemy.com for free. And then it's going to be, I think $95 is what I'm selling it for. So anyway, is what it is. But we should probably hop into the tip of the day today, which we will do. And I'm actually going to start off, hopefully you can hear this, with a song. Good song, right? Name that movie. So I'm going to leave that playing. Hopefully that's not distracting, and hopefully that can be picked up in my mic. And if you can't hear anything, that's kind of embarrassing, but you should be able to hear it. Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Elton John? And I'm not going to tell you what movie that is. You can comment below if you could remember what movie that is from a few years ago. Anyway, so before I actually jump into the what if tip, a couple of real quick announcements. First of all, the first of 4 webinars is going to be, I'm going to turn that down. It's actually annoying me. Yeah, that's a little better. So the first of 4 webinars that I'm running through the What If Project, the first one is going to be this Wednesday at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can register for that for free. It's all about performance management. It'll be a 30-minute webinar plus Q&A after. So the actual content itself will be 30 minutes. So if that's all you have, come on for the content, and then I'll be doing some Q&A after that. So it'll probably run 45 minutes, maybe an hour. But you can register for that over at yourbestmanager.com/webinar. Pretty easy. And join me this Wednesday. I'm limiting it to only 50 spots though, just because I can, and maybe it gives a sense of urgency. So you'll want to sign up as soon as you can so you can participate in that. Yeah, should be a good time. It's the 3 reasons why employees underperform and how to correct behavior to increase your team's productivity. And I'm really excited to talk about that one. Which will be this Wednesday. By way of another announcement, actually, it's not really an announcement. If you haven't signed up for the What If Project yet, and this is your first time watching a video, just go over to yourbestmanager.com/whatif, and you can register for all 30 days of the leadership tips plus the 4 webinars, and you get access to the complete video library. So if this is the first one you're watching, day 5, you can go back and watch day 1, 2, 3, and 4. And another real quick announcement, the different program that I'm building is today. It's $50, June 5th. It's $50 for another 3 hours and 54 minutes. And then it goes up to $60 tomorrow for June 6th. So if you're curious about that program, you can just go over to yourbestmanager.com/today and watch a video that kind of explains what I'm doing. And if you'd like to become a founding member for super cheap compared to the actual price I'm going to be charging for it, you can go do that for $50 today. And with that said, I'm going to jump into today's What If tip, and this song has something to do with it. The Can You Feel the Love Tonight song. And I got a couple notes just in case I forget what I'm going to be saying, but I wasn't going to forget. I shouldn't have even looked. So episode 003 of the Your Best Manager podcast. And it was actually, I want to say this would have been, I feel like this was actually maybe the first interview I did on the show. And I remember doing it at 6 a.m. with a man named Gordon Treadgold. If you do not know who Gordon Treadgold is, he is one of the best people to follow on Twitter, best leadership experts to follow on Twitter. He's consistently in the top 5, shows a lot of great stuff. He's a leadership expert, a business coach, a bunch of good stuff there. And he told me a story during that episode. And you can go listen to it. Just go to yourbestmanager.com/Gordon Treadgold. But I'll summarize it here, and I won't do it justice. But at the time, he was leading a team that consisted of 1,000 people. And so he had taken a group of his direct reports and their direct reports to, it was some sort of conference or something like that. And he decided to do something a little bit different through the duration of this conference. He started hugging people. And so what would happen is, I guess when he saw people, I mean, they showed up for the conference, gave him a hug. Every time he saw people, he just kept hugging people. And he just wanted to be a little bit different. There's the theme, different. Wanted to act a little bit differently, and he wanted to show that he actually cared, not just by doing things, but by actually showing affection. And what ended up happening is on the last night of the conference, he was supposed to do some sort of like keynote or closing speech, and he was stopped by his team members, and they said, no, we want to talk to you. And they put on that song by Elton John, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And they essentially just said, hey, what you've done over the past little bit, just that simple little act of care and act of affection, giving people hugs, just had a tremendous impact. And we feel, as your employees, we feel like you actually care about us, like you actually love us. And I don't know about you. When I first heard that story, I was like, kid, that's kind of weird. I don't know that I'd ever be like, hey, no, don't speak. I want to play you a song, and then bust out Elton John singing. Not that it's a bad song, good song. It's just, I don't know, a little bit weird. That's my first thought. But my second thought is, what kind of an impact does it take for somebody to want to do that, to want to step outside their comfort zone and to think of, hey, what can we do to say thank you for the way that we've been treated? I mean, that's powerful. So a super powerful story there, which brings me to today's what if tip. What if all managers didn't just care about their employees, but showed that they cared about employees by showing affection? And now you might be thinking, okay, we got to be careful, at HR, and I'm a man, and I've got some ladies on my team, and I don't want to get pinned with sexual harassment or anything like that. So use wisdom, obviously. And secondly, I mean, you should have an authentic, a real relationship to begin with. If you do not have a relationship and all of a sudden you go and hug somebody, that could come across as a little bit awkward, or weird. So you do have to use your own judgment. But the point is, we as humans are affectionate people, and part of our social interactions include contact. And whether it's a handshake in the morning to your team members, something super small like a high five, which high fives can only go so far, but maybe something as simple as putting your hand on someone's shoulder when you're having an intentional conversation with them, or of course giving someone a hug when you see them, or when they're leaving, or when they did something great, or when you're impressed with them. Again, take away the whole sexual harassment piece, and just think about how someone might feel if their manager cared enough to give them a hug. Like, they may at first be caught off guard, but they're going to think, that person cares about me. That person wants me around. They want to be around me. They enjoy my company. That person has my back. Because you don't hug people that you don't want to be around. At least that might be a little bit weird, but it is a display of affection. And so, like, what if managers everywhere were able to step outside of their comfort zone and didn't just try and do all these things behind the scenes to show they care, but just took a risk and showed affection by giving a hug? And so my challenge to you would be, it's 8:12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and obviously it's 10:12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're watching this tonight, it's late, and if you're watching this tomorrow, it's probably in the morning. So whether it's tonight or tomorrow morning, I don't know why I said all that, pick somebody and give them a hug. Like, tell them you care about them. It might be weird, it might be uncomfortable, but think how it's going to make the other person feel. Don't think how it's going to make you feel. And yes, if it's going to make the other person feel super uncomfortable and go to HR saying that you're asking them, be smart. But if you are not ready for a hug, my other suggestion would be handshake your employees every single morning. And I've got two quick stories before we shut this thing down. The first one goes back to sixth grade. I had a teacher, and her name was Mrs. Denike. And every single morning, as a student of hers, we would all walk into the portable or trailer, depending on what you call them, one of those like boxes outside of the school. And we'd walk in, and before we walked in, we had to shake Mrs. Denike's hand. And she said that she did that because that little bit of contact told her everything she needed to know about how to lead that class that day, or those people. Because if you were in a bad mood, or if you didn't want to talk, I mean, your eye contact, maybe you had a crappy handshake or something like that. But there were other times where kids would walk in excited, and that just told her so much through a tiny little interaction. So there's a power in even something as simple as a handshake. So that'd be the simplest challenge. Handshake your employees tomorrow when you see them. But the big challenge would be to give a hug. And my other story I wanted to share, it is going to be uncomfortable, but it won't be uncomfortable for long. And the quick story is, in college, I don't know why, but our dorm, we hugged a lot. It was an all-guys dorm, and I had guy roommates, and it was just something where when you saw people almost every day, when you saw someone you knew, you just went and gave them a hug. And it was just normal. But I remember when I graduated and I went into the workforce, it was just like, am I allowed to do that? Is that weird now? I mean, I know that with my boys, I can give them hugs, and I know that my dorm mates, but is this the same on this team? Can I have those types of relationships? And I didn't hug people. But over the years, I got a little bit more brave, and I can remember times where I went and gave people hugs, and even though it felt awkward, it also felt right. And so use your judgment, but it's okay to feel uncomfortable. I guess that's what I'm saying there. But on that, there's your what if tip of the day. Give someone a hug, but at a minimum, give them a handshake tomorrow or today, depending on when you are watching this. And other than that, before I say goodbye, might as well just have this going while I close up. Again, to register, yourbestmanager.com/whatif to learn more about the different program, which is an 8-week leadership development program with a ton of interaction directly with me. And you have options for even deeper connection if you want. But you can learn more about that and sign up as a founding member at yourbestmanager.com/today. And it's June 5th today, so it's $50. And if you're watching this tomorrow, it's June 6th, and it's $60. And of course, the last thing would be register for the webinar. It's on performance management, 3 reasons why employees underperform and how to correct behavior to increase your team's productivity. And that's this Wednesday. And you can register for that at yourbestmanager.com/webinar. So you got yourbestmanager.com/whatif, yourbestmanager.com/today, and yourbestmanager.com/webinar. And then to listen to my interview with Gordon Treadgold, it's yourbestmanager.com/Gordon Treadgold. Have a great night. And again, I will see you tomorrow evening at the exact same time, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll also be doing the same time on Wednesday as well. We're going to try out some consistency, see if that's helpful for people. If not, I might go random or might go early in the morning. Have a great night. So good, right?